let's start letting people in and kick this thing off.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello.
How are
How are
you
you
all
guys
doing?
doing?
I'm fine. Are you?
I'm on
Not
mute.
bad.
I thought I
Actually
wasn't on
chilling. It's
mute.
raining.
I thought I was not on mute, but I am. All right, you guys can hear me now?
Yep.
Hey,
Welcome,
yes,
welcome,
hey.
welcome.
Hey, Ty, hey, everyone.
Good to see you,
Hi.
Adrian. Good to see all of you. How many first timers we got in this one? Couple. Awesome. Welcome. Well, this is
I mean, is it for the interview first time or the high ticket sales first time? What do you mean?
well, just jumping on one of these support calls. Jumping on.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's my first time.
Yeah.
Mine too.
Well, I'll break down what it's all about. Pretty much, it's a open-ended support call. Typically, open Q&A. We talk anything remote sales, anything you need support with. I'm here and happy to help in any way that I can. Kind of just open up the floor and give you guys the hour to ask whatever questions you have, and we can jump right into it. Sound good?
Yeah.
Sweet. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, looks like you got your hand up first, Adrian. Yeah, let's jump in. What's how can I help you, man?
Yeah, so the good news for that client I told you about, the coaching client,
Mhm.
they did approve a base. So now I have a 2K base.
Nice.
Yeah, that's great. So now I'm full-time and I have flexibility. I can move whenever I want to move. That's good as well. But now I need to perform. So we had a meeting this morning and I said to them, my first goal is to do 10K in the first, like next month, which will bring me to is 10% commission. So I'll be back to 3K per month. I have done my research. There's one other closer there. I asked him this morning what is his earnings, as you told me to do as well. Talk with the current closer. He says that the most he's made about 4,500 in commission for the month. But things are a lot slower now than usual. I want to understand from you, is selling something that is like $100 any different from selling something that's like $3,000?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it can be different in different ways, right? It depends who you're selling to, but typically lower ticket sales, you can kind of get away with a little bit more of the impulse buy. Higher ticket sales, there's a lot more of a trust factor that needs to be built there. So, but it also depends on what you're selling, right? What's your biggest concern?
Is the amount of money I'm asking for?
So if we just do the simplest math, like the simplest way to look at this is be like, okay, closer made $4,500 this month. What inputs did he put in to see that outcome? And do you think you could double that? Right? Because like taking skill out of the equation first. Like I always like to just, hold on one sec. I always like to just math it out first and foremost. And I'm like, okay, if they did, if they had 20 conversations this month, 20 sales calls, is there a way that I could do 40? If he did outbound dials and he dialed 500 people this month, is there a way that I could dial 1,000? You know what I mean? The first thing I'm going to look at is if I want to double, I'm going to double the output that they did, and then we can look at skill, right? So first and foremost, you said you have a meeting with him. You're going to talk to him. That's great. That's what I would also look at.
No. We have spoken already.
Spoke. Okay. Did
Yeah,
you figure that out or not yet? Like, do you know how he created that $4,000, that $4,000 to $5,000? Do you know what he did to actually create that?
I don't know, and I don't know.
Yeah, and that's okay. Just go back and ask him, because again, there's been times where it's like, okay, the closer made 3K, 5K, 6K, and then you find out that they're just kind of like working part time, not really doing a lot of work. They're kind of doing it on the side or whatever. And you're like, oh, that changes the whole narrative. But if you ask him and he's like, no, I'm busting my balls here, I'm grinding, then that changes the narrative. You know what I mean?
Oh yes, yes. So he did say that things are slowing down a lot. So with the leads car right now, there's no ads team and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what? Okay, I did my math on what I want to earn, and pretty much they have a mastermind program where it's 2K per month.
Mm-hmm.
So technically speaking, if I could get even just 5 persons in to pay 2,000 a month, that's $1,000 in commission.
Mm-hmm.
If I got 16 persons, that's $3,000 just like that. It's not much work. It's just keeping them engaged, ensuring that they're getting value from the program, pretty much.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So doing the math, if I do like 18,000 a month in just raw sales, that's 1,008 in commission. If I get 16 people in, that's 3,002. I have a 2K base, so that's 7 grand,
Mm-hmm.
right? That being said, it like how I break it down is very simple there, but then I mean, all right. So in Go High Level, let me be specific on a particular thing now. In Go High Level, there is a section at opportunities where persons have filled out a book a call where they filled out things like how much they intend to invest. Da, da, da. So it's just for me to like call them now and qualify them for those initial calls. My biggest fear is I'm used to selling supplements and just calling persons and selling right there and then, and they buy right away on
Mm-hmm.
$20. But then for something at that price, I don't know how to get someone just say, okay, you just called me. I'm gonna spend 3 grand right now.
You don't have to do it that way though.
How okay? How do I go about it?
You would just treat it like a 2 call process. Typically, I would have a conversation, see if they're a good fit, qualify them, and then set them for a later date, preferably within like maybe the next day, or you know what I mean. It would be a quick turnaround, but you can sell it up front. If you're not comfortable with that, then book appointments for yourself.
Yeah, that's the next thing as well. Before I got this base, I was just doing 10 hours a week, and so was setting the calls for the closer. But come to find out, he wasn't closing the leads, and persons weren't even showing up, and they were being booked on his calendar. So I had no visibility if they actually booked as they said they did. So I was thinking to just book them on my calendar and close them myself to like get a feel of what's really happening. Would that be recommended?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna take over the sales role, then yeah, I would definitely book them on your calendar, and then you can close the deals and get a higher percentage of commission. Why not? Because right now you said you're setting for the closer, or I thought you said you were stepping into sales for them.
Well, okay. So before I was just doing 10 hours per week, so there was no commission. I was just like they just gave out to say just call these people and put them onto this closer's calendar.
But now you're gonna be you're gonna be adding in the sales part where you're gonna actually close the deals, right?
Right. So I was thinking to just don't bother booking anything more on his calendar. Just focus on my calendar, getting my link,
Yeah,
and doing it that way.
yeah. Why not?
Okay. What would a typical sales call look like? Do you have examples, Ty? I think that's the disconnect for me where I'd love to just look like watch some sales calls
Yeah,
of
well,
maybe even you or
we've done some role plays and stuff like that, right? We can definitely go through the like what a typical sales call would look like. Um, what I would say to do is get together. Like, how does the current closer facilitate their calls? Have you watched any of their conversations?
that's the thing. There's no recordings. And the thing is, I don't want to pry too much.
Do they? But
I'm
do they
careful
record
as
their
to
calls or they don't record their calls?
no call recordings. No.
Okay. Well, get together your pitch, and then what we can do is not right now, obviously, but we can do some role plays and look at how you would actually pitch this offer. But bring together, like, write out like what you are actually selling, where the leads are coming from, so we have all the information, and then jump on next Monday and let's actually role play it out. Maybe we could do that if we
Do you
have
still
time at the end, but I want to get to the other questions as well. If we
do
do, maybe
do
we
you
can.
still have the Wednesday calls?
Not right this moment. I'm gonna add them back in soon though. But put it together and then shoot me a DM on school, and then we'll find a time. But we gotta get the information together of like what you're selling and all that, and then we can formulate the pitch around that, because there's different contexts of where the leads are coming from, right? So if they're coming from already having bought something, already opting into something, that would change how the call goes. But you've seen like all of the training on, this is how you go about a sales call beginning to end. You've watched those in the classroom, right?
Yeah, some of them.
Okay, so go back through them, formulate a script for yourself based off of the training there, and then we'll start rocking out and practicing. The main thing, man, is you're not going to feel comfortable with it until you jump in and have these conversations and just start doing it. Like, we can role play. I can sit here and break down step by step how a call goes, but you're never, like, nothing I say in this moment is going to make you feel comfortable with that conversation. You got to just have a lot of them. You know what I mean? It's like game tape, training, film, that stuff is all great, but this is why I love comparing remote sales to athletics. Nothing's going to get you better than getting on the field and playing the game. Nothing's going to get you better than actually just being in it and experiencing it. Don't overthink it, man. Don't overthink it.
Okay.
If you've got a good service,
Just to
you can
recap
offer
though.
it to them.
So bring back on the next call what I'm selling, where the leads are coming from, and what else?
Go through the training videos that we have there of like how the breakdown of what a call looks like, and see if you can formulate your own script based on that, and then I'll help you tweak it, and then we'll role play it.
Okay, I'm in the vault now. Where's that? Just to be exact.
Just go to
Community, classroom.
Yeah, go to the classroom. Just go to the sales training. Just go to the closer training there, and you'll see it. All right.
Good. Okay, got it. Perfect. Thanks. All right, next
Cool.
person. You're
Cool. I know. Lisa, I know you gotta hop off soon. I want to get to Benjamin's question real quick. What's up, man?
Yeah. Hi. First time we've met. Good to meet you.
Likewise.
I think I slightly miscalculated what this call was, and that's probably on me. That's not a problem, but I do have some questions for you about your process and what your program does and so on. Obviously, I got here through your website, which obviously has the $17 paywall, which is $70. It's no big deal. The reason I didn't go ahead with it is because I don't think I'm fully clear on the process of what exactly it is that you guys are doing. You are a recruitment firm, right?
No.
No.
RepSelect is a software platform. So
Okay.
it's a software company that vets and posts remote sales jobs. We have over 30 active recruiters that are using the platform, and we have listed. There's a lot of other features like AI profile reviews, automatic applies, all that stuff. But overall, it's a software platform, not a direct recruitment firm.
I understand. Okay, so you're connecting, you are the bridge. Your software is the bridge between the recruiters, the offers, and the sales guys.
Yeah, so you'd get on there, you'd set up a profile, and business owners are scrolling the platform looking at profiles based off of what you would choose under your career preferences. If you're like, I'm looking for a fitness offer, I'm looking for this kind of offer, they would be filtering through, scrolling through, looking at, you'd add an intro video, all that. They'd watch the videos. If they like it, they'd invite you directly to opportunities. So if you have a good profile, you can receive some inbound invites, but you can also go ahead and apply to roles directly and apply to work with some of the recruiters that we have listed there. And then we also, if you choose to activate it, we just added automatic applications as well. So based on your career preferences, it'll automatically submit your profile to jobs that match.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that makes everything much clearer for me. That makes perfect sense. So in terms of the recruiters, obviously they don't work for you. They freelance themselves. They take a recruitment fee from the offers and so on, right?
Yeah, so those recruiters, those are just a list of some of the best recruiters that I've come across. Some of them I've worked with in the past. Some of them are buddies of mine that I know are working with legit offers for the most part. So I have them listed there so that you guys can get placed pretty quickly, especially if you've got a track record and stuff like that. That's going to be one of the best aspects to jump on there and get interviews quick and get placed on a role.
Cool. So how many offers do you think you guys are actually, how many successful placements do you think are running through your platform, like over whatever period, like a month or a week or whatever, if you were to just estimate?
Yeah, I mean, I only know based on what people come back and tell me, so I couldn't give you exact numbers there, because some people, it depends on business owners actually marking off hire on the platform, or reps actually putting the job as like, hey, I got hired here. So people don't tell us as often. So I couldn't give you exact numbers. People on a weekly basis are letting me know they've gotten hired. We're seeing on the back end on a weekly basis, we have, 10, sometimes hundreds of hires going through there. But I wouldn't say that it's like any number I give you wouldn't be like 100% accurate that I could base anything off of. So yeah, I will say in terms of volume of jobs, we do about 5 to 8 new jobs every single day. And that's outside of whatever volume the recruiters are recruiting for on their own platforms.
Okay, cool. And do you primarily have do you said before, I feel as though you said you vet the offers, or?
Yeah, as best as we can externally. So obviously there's only so much vetting we could do without getting the company to list their financials, right?
Yeah, of course.
But the benefit is it's a lot more vetted than something like Indeed or LinkedIn or something like that, where they just kind of let anyone post any kind of spam. So I have someone on my team that goes through, makes sure the website's connected, everything's legit there, making sure that the numbers that they post is legit. So if we've got someone posting a job that they say let's like 10K OTE, but then they post that their company revenue totals is like 50K a month, and we say, okay, well, that's not accurate. And we shoot them a message, give them a call, or we just take down the post. So yeah, we do some light vetting as best we can, but we always obviously tell everyone do your own research into the companies as well and ask them questions in the interview process. And then we have a reporting feature so that if people ever do go to an interview and they find out anything otherwise, they would report it back to us, and then we would reach out to the company and do what needs to be done there.
Cool. Okay, last question. I don't want to hold everybody up.
Okay.
So my last question for you, man. Based on what you've seen, obviously, I know you're not going to have numbers on this. Do you think that most of the people that are coming through your platform are like reasonably new starters or seasoned?
I would say it's a 50-50 mix of both. We've got a lot of beginners and we've got a lot of seasoned people coming through. When it comes to the people that land roles, it's almost always those that also go above and beyond and reach out to companies though once they've applied. And that's why I preach it so heavily. That's the people that get the most offers, are the ones that submit the application, get in the process. I would use RepSelect as kind of like something that shows you who's hiring, where the offers are, but then also reach out to the business owners on LinkedIn, reach out, shoot them an email. That's why we post their contact information at the bottom most of the times. And you can get a lot of interviews super quickly that way. But yeah, we have a mix between beginners and people that are seasoned. Some businesses are looking for beginners and some are looking for people that have more experience as well. Actually had someone complain that there was too many experienced reps on the platform. They wanted more beginners. But yeah, we've got a mix.
Okay, that's cool. Thank you for the information.
Yeah, no problem. Is it Kaja? Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong.
Yeah, it's Khadija. Hi, Ty, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too. It's like that I started my sales career very recently. I'm a fresher, but I got a job of like $18 per day, like commission. But the problem here is I that I think that having a solid portfolio will make me better opportunities. But I don't know how to make a solid portfolio. From where should I go? Got sales training and all that stuff. Can you guide a little?
Yeah, when it comes to a portfolio, it's not necessarily like programs and stuff like that. When I say make a portfolio, think of anything that proves you can sell, right? So role plays and call examples are going to be your best bet. Obviously, if you've been on an offer, you want to keep track of like tracking sheets, deal processing, take screenshots of all those things and add it. But if you've never sold before, never been on an offer, I would put together examples of how you would close deals in your preferred niche that you're most likely going to apply to, because that's going to, be the most relevant for those roles. Like if you're trying to apply for a marketing offer, do marketing offer style role plays, and then do full calls, do sections of objection handling, cut out those sections. Showcase how you'd kick off the call with difficult prospects, showcase how you'd pitch specific offers, showcase how you'd handle objections, like I said before, showcase how you do a really deep discovery, and just showcase different aspects of your game. Think of like a highlight tape.
Mm-hmm.
If you're an appointment setter, same thing. What are the main things that appointment setters run into? Maybe people trying to rush them off the phone, maybe people asking questions at the end of the call, like, oh, how much is it going to cost, and all these things. Showcase how you would handle those scenarios and do 5 to 15 minute, 5 to 20 minute clips. And that can be your portfolio, so that a business owner can look at that and say, okay, she's, she can sell, she can handle these situations. Perfect. Because if you have no track record, you need something to prove it, right? So that's what I mean when I say put together a portfolio.
Oh, should I do some trainings, sales trainings to get better?
Sorry, you said, is there training?
I said, should I do some sales training too to get better?
Yeah, if you need it, for sure. I mean, the best part about like training communities is the people you can connect with and practice and role play with. Or if if you're trying to learn from scratch, you have no idea how to conduct a call, like how do I even do an appointment setting call, how do I even run a closing call, then yeah, any program will help you with that for sure.
Okay, thank you. That was my question. Thanks a lot for the information.
No problem. Lisa, I know you put a message in the chat. You said that you have a potential offer, recurring commission, contract says commission will end 3 to 12 months. Are you able to speak right now?
Yes, I can, yeah.
Yeah, what's up? What's your question?
Hey, Ty. Yes, sir. So the recurring commission, upon termination in the contract, it says that it's automatically cuts off. But I thought maybe a fairer approach could be like even after termination, recurring commission could potentially continue to 3 to 12 months after. Do you think that's fair?
Yeah. So it depends on the type of offer. So if it's like it sounds like, is it like, are you selling a recurring revenue offer, or are you selling something that's one-time payment but sometimes you do payment splits?
It's a subscription offer.
Okay. Yeah, subscription offers, I would say, that one's a little bit more tricky to negotiate recurring subscription because it's like guaranteed that it's going to be recurring. You could ask, I could see you asking for 3 months after. 12 months, I don't see a company doing 12 months.
Okay.
But 3 months could be reasonable. Usually, like ongoing commissions like that, even after you left, usually that'll get paid out if it's like a one-time payment, but they did like a five pay payment plan or 6 pay payment plan or 3 pay payment plan, where it makes sense because you closed that total revenue. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
I haven't heard too much of subscriptions continuing afterwards because it's guaranteed. That's, you know what I mean? You're just asking them to pay you for all the customers you've ever closed that they've retained. You know what I mean?
Okay, fair enough. And the second question was about the SDR. I've had a few interviews regarding this, so quite interesting, but it's all to do with sort of cold calling and prospecting. Do you think that's actually still a good offer compared to inbound warm leads?
Yeah, SDR offers by nature are usually cold outreach. The benefit of SDR roles usually comes in the form of a bigger salary or bigger base pay. So
okay.
I wouldn't go, like, usually you would see appointment setting roles with inbound leads either be totally commission only, or they'll have like a 1 to 2K base, where you'll see a lot of SDR roles, especially in the more corporate side of things, will have like a 50 to 70K a year salary, and then give you a commission on top for the cold outreach.
Okay. And do you find that a lot of these business owners are hiring a lot of people at the same time, because since it's sort of free for them if there is no base salary?
I would say if the business owner, you're seeing like business owners that are just like hiring a ton of people, commission only cold outreach.
I think it could potentially, for the prospecting aspect, for example, LinkedIn, you can kind of get as many as you want, really.
Yeah, some businesses do that. They kind of just throw a bunch of people at it to see what sticks. I wouldn't go along with those types of offers unless I was a complete beginner doing it part-time on the side, just to get a feel to see if I even want to do remote sales and maybe get a couple numbers on the board for my track record. That's the only case where I would do it, but I wouldn't take offers like that seriously where they're just like commission only and it's cold outreach and they're just hiring tons of people. Like they would have to have they've got to give you something, right? Like they'd have to have a really good system in play. Cold outreach is good if they at least scrape and like package leads for you. Like if I was going to do any type of cold calling role, I would want to see at least that, where they have a CRM that I get access to and they package the leads for me. In terms of, I don't know if you guys know too much about like Apollo IO, or just, there's a lot of companies where you can buy targeted leads. Like if I'm selling a marketing package to medical founders or whatever, they would sell, emails or phone numbers of founders or whoever's responsible for that type of position. They would sell packages of leads of those specific decision makers, and the company would buy them and then give them to their team to cold call. That's more along the lines of like a more systematized kind of cold calling role, rather than just like, hey, go out and find something. Those types of roles do exist, but the better ones would come alongside a considerable salary of like 50K plus or something like that.
Okay, and finally, I was looking through all the jobs from like even months ago. How far back do you think it's reasonable that people are still hiring? I've gone back to up to a month.
Yeah, I would say 1 to 3 months is usually good, because sales organizations are usually organizations that hire remote sales reps are usually always hiring, meaning they're always willing to bring on a rep that they think would be profitable. So I wouldn't put too much, and I've found some of the best opportunities from old job posts because they just don't have a lot of competition, especially in that 2 to 3 month range. Usually what happens is they've hired someone, and around the 2 to 3 month range is when they find out if that person is going to stick or not, or be a good fit or not. And sometimes you can catch them at that perfect time where they're like, maybe this person's not going to work out, and they're just about to go post something else or go look somewhere else. But then they don't have to because you've now reached out to them.
Great. Thank you so much for your help.
No problem. Gola, do you have a question, man?
Yeah, Tali, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I actually like Lisa's last question because I actually thought about that, but you've like answered that because I thought about the older applications. But aside that, Tali, I just recently got onto the $18 monthly job offer within RepSelect, and I've applied for a couple of roles. But I wanted to double check if I was doing it right, because what I just do is I've already set up my profile. Speaking about profile, thanks for the last week's review on my profile, because I did make some adjustments and tweaks around it, so I guess it's a bit better now. So I've been applying. And what I just do is I just click on the apply and my profile is being sent out to the recruiter. But I've not really gone the option of going the extra mile by reaching out to them, email, LinkedIn, and any other ways to connect with them. So would you recommend we do the extra mile method beyond clicking the apply? Do we
Absolutely.
also reach out? Like, how best do we reach out through networking? What kind of message do we need to send to them via LinkedIn, via email? How, so that it's not like we're like literally telling them, hey, I apply for a job. Can you like, no, no, no. There's a way, I think you did mention it, but I can't remember what videos that was. But what kind of communication will you build up with them to see that you're wanting to network with them before they can even look into your, like, could you just walk me through how best to go about that?
Yeah. So some of them will have links to their social profiles. Some of them will have emails. Some of them we wouldn't be able to list them. But if it's a job you want to land, I would always try to reach out on other platforms, just if anything to skip the line, right? Some you're going to click apply, it's just going to submit your profile. Some you're going to click apply and it's going to take you to an application form. Regardless, once you've submitted your application, and let's say you pulled them up on LinkedIn, let's say you pulled them on Facebook, wherever, I would send a message and I would introduce myself. I would say, hey, saw you're hiring for XYZ role. I went ahead and submitted my application. Let them know that you followed whatever instructions they had there, because if you just send a message without letting them know you applied, a lot of times they're just going to be like, oh, just go apply here, or share the link, right, to the application that you already submitted. So I'm going to say, hey, I went ahead, I saw you're hiring for a closer role. I just went ahead and submitted an application. here's why I believe I'd be the best fit, or here's why I think I would do great in this role. And then give them easy to read bullet points that, and it all comes down to how best you sell it, right? Because the bullet points are either going to be good or they're not going to be good. And that's where it's going to determine your interview chances. Because at the end of the day, if you don't give them reasons why you're a good fit, what you're asking them to do by reaching out, even in the application, they've got to look at your application, see if it fits, see if you're a good fit for their role, and then decide, okay, I'm going to interview this person. You can do a lot of that work for them and make it easier for them by just telling them why you're a good fit. Based on your experience, based on what you're passionate about, based on whatever, you can come up with 2 to 3 reasons. And then you can link your shareable RepSelect profile, because it's got your mock calls, it's got everything, it's got your intro video, all that. So the whole message would say, hey, saw you're hiring a closer for XYZ role, saw you're hiring an appointment setter for XYZ role. I think I'd be a great fit. I went ahead and applied. I think I'd be a great fit because reason. Here's a little bit more about me. And then just you can just link your intro video, you can link your Google Doc, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be RepSelect profile. It's just a cleaner way, but whatever you've got where you have your stuff, then you would link that below. Let me know what the best next steps would be. Looking forward to hearing from you. And then follow up a day or 2 later, bump up the post, follow up and just be like, hey, just want to know if you got a chance to take a look at it. Super excited for the role, whatever,
Yeah, makes sense. I'll try to adopt that into my subsequent applications. Though I know I did get one, what's it called? The talent acquisition manager reached out to me for one of the offers. I think it was Lux, which was quite detailed though, because they did give me the sales scripts and documents to review. So I'm trying to prepare for that now ahead of time.
Nice.
Maybe about Thursday or thereabouts. So I'll get myself warmed up for that. It's like a 15-minute mock interview, like into discovery and price drop. Afterwards, then you can now go into the second phase of the interview, which is more probably like 30 minutes longer. But I'm warming up for that first phase. But at least it was through the job offer method, which I kind of like, but I will try to adopt the other method now, like networking after application. So that's just why I had to be sure if I was doing it right. So if there's a better way for me to ramp up to get more interviews. But yeah,
Sweet.
thanks.
No problem. Miss Abassi, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. How can I help you if you've got any questions? I see your hands up.
Hello, good evening.
Good
Today is
evening.
my first time coming to this place. Yes.
Welcome.
Well, I tried subscribing on your platform and it's not accepting all my payment methods. I don't know what is going on. So, and secondly, I want to know how I'm going to set up my profile and everything. And I want to ask as well, because I saw 2 subscriptions on your platform. One is $97, while one is $17. I don't know what is the difference between them. And I'm just a beginner. I don't know anything about sales, but I joined, there's a course I bought, which they enrolled me today, and they told me everything and how they'll be doing role play and everything. I think that's one will help me to acquire the skills. So how am I going to go about setting up the profile?
First of all, the 2 numbers you're talking about, the 97, you would have only seen that if you went through like a business account. So that's like the business owner's subscription. What they've got different features, different account types and all that. So you don't need to worry about that at all. That's the business owner account. In terms of payment methods, shoot me a message on School and we'll see what we can do there. I know there's some countries where it might be a little bit difficult, depending on, it's all through Stripe. So Stripe accepts worldwide stuff, but I know there's some cards, some stuff that it doesn't accept. So just shoot me a message on School. And then we also have a video that details how to go about setting up your profile and everything that it entails. But essentially, you're just going to go through and fill it up. I'm going to pull up a link to that video, one sec. But essentially, you're just going to fill out all of the all of the questions it has there in terms of work history, add an intro video. So you want to film an introduction video introducing yourself to the business owners, talking about your skills, your talents, and those kinds of things. This first video I'm dropping in the chat here is how to create a good intro video. And then this is an older video. I'm probably going to revamp it, but this is another video talking about how to set up your profile. Once you have watched those two, if you have any additional questions, feel free to shoot me a message or drop it in the community there. But that should be enough to kind of get you started on the platform.
Okay, no problem. That's cool. It's telling me it's off and there is maintenance, that you are doing maintenance. I cannot get in now.
Oh, I think it might be where you live. I know school. I think some people use like a VPN to get into school.
You could try your VPN, I will see. Yeah, VPN should work.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to shoot her a message outside of this or something to help her with that. I know there's some countries where school doesn't allow access unless you have like a VPN.
Okay.
Yeah, I had no idea.
I'm going to try the VPN.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I could shoot her a message without that.
Yeah, shoot her a message and see if you can let her know what you use, and
I imagine that
help her with that. But yeah, if you have any questions once you watch those videos, just shoot me a message. Sam, what's up, man?
Yeah, hi Guy. Just had a couple of questions. So I am getting offers for interview, and a lot of employers are viewing my profile. However, like let's say 10 people viewed my profile, I only got an interview for 2. How to improve that conversion rate? Like, how do I be like a standout applicant kind of guy?
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to standing out, I wouldn't worry too much about the exact ratio, because fit is more important than just how good it is. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't mean your profile is not good. It just might not be a fit for that specific role, you know? And that's for qualified and unqualified. So sometimes business owners might say, for example, I don't know if your profile shows like the OTE you're looking for at the bottom. I've seen business owners turn down good reps because they're just looking to earn more than our offer can compensate for right now, or they might assume they're overqualified, or you know what I mean? So I wouldn't worry too much. I mean, a 20% view to invite rate is a solid number. I would just try to make the profile as good as you can and go from there. I know we've reviewed your intro video. Have we reviewed your profile before?
No, there is an option, like I am on that $17 thing, that plan that you guys have. So I believe it gives me 2 free AI reviews.
Yeah, every month.
Yeah, every month. So I haven't used that.
Okay. Yeah, that's another thing you could try to see what it says there. It's based off of my own opinions and stuff like that as well. Clicking the AI review. Just so you know, though, the AI review will only, in terms of intro video, it'll only review it if the intro video is uploaded directly on, because if it's like connected through Loom or something like that, it won't be able to see it. So download, if you have it on Loom, download it first and then upload it directly before you click the AI review. Cool. Vitalika, you had a question?
Yes, hi. Good to be back. Speaking of the profile, setting up the profile, I have a question on total revenue generated, average deal size, sales experience. So I have experience in indirect sales as a managing director of e-commerce store, where I negotiated deals, we raised money, we sold a lot of goods. So is that legitimate to say I have 7.5 years of experience in sales?
Yeah,
or is it
well, I
indirect?
would it'll automatically calculate the years of experience based off of what jobs in the employment history you mark off as sales roles and the revenue you put that you generated. And then when it comes to the revenue you generated, I would just focus more on the like negotiated deals and fundraising.
So it's a tough one. Like within 7 years is a big number. Like many years, few companies changed, but it was more of a revenue generated through sales, like online sales, and uh, it's very hard to come up with the number because it's not really catered to direct sales. Should I just,
Well, what kind of deals did you
I don't know, make
negotiate?
it with suppliers buying selling goods to the supply to the clients, negotiating deals on purchasing goods for a certain amount. So it's like virtual numbers. Okay, like one order was $150,000 from China. Then so different deals, pretty large numbers, like up to like 500,000. So I managed that deal, but I managed it negotiation wise from a managerial perspective, and I want to put something in total revenue generated. I just don't want to obviously be incorrect. So how would you suggest? Yet I want my profile to stand out, and
I
you
would. So
know.
here's what I do. In your profile summary, where you're kind of putting like the bio, I would explain to
Mhm.
what capacity you did that, and then also in the employment history for each job, I would also explain to what capacity you were a part of generating that revenue.
Okay, but it's okay if I put like bigger number, big. So as of now, it's 3.6 million,
Yeah,
but it's over 7 years. It's fine,
that's
right?
fine. Yeah, just make sure you put in the employment history and what capacity you were a part of generating that revenue.
Last question on this. Negotiating deals falls into category of sales, right? What else, like within business realm? If it's just sales to customers, like daily sales,
In terms of like
uh,
e-com, where they're just like checking out on the website.
yeah,
I wouldn't.
that's.
I would probably. I would probably just put the ones that you directly negotiated with, like the suppliers and stuff like that. If you guys did like, hey, we're gonna make a deal to do this much orders in bulk or something like that.
Yeah.
I would probably just include those.
Mm-hmm.
You can also write again in the description, like, this e-commerce store as a whole generated XYZ, but I wouldn't put it in the actual revenue generated section.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. That helps.
No problem.
Thank you. And that's all.
No problem. I think we had another one in the chat earlier from Maria. You said, what are your thoughts on those offers that ask you to apply for a loan using your credit? Say loan to pay pay for your training with the goal of never paying the training out of your pocket afterwards, but pay it from your commissions. They're extremely sure to have you making commissions to secure the payment back. Is that, I don't know if you said you can't talk. Are you saying that like the company is saying that you can sell for them, but you have to buy training first? Is that what they're saying? Like, buy training with us and get a loan, and then you can pay it off once we place you, or something like that? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying it's a training company that's saying, hey, you should join, if you can't afford it, get a loan, and then once you get into the industry and make commissions, then you can pay it off with that? Is it like, which one is it? Is it more of buying a training program, or is it someone promising to place you if you buy their training first? Officially onboarding for a sales education. Well, there's no job that you should have to pay for to get onboarded. So like, that's a good general rule. Like, if you have to pay $6,000 to start working anywhere, I would just, like, it's fine to pay. It's fine to pay to get training if you're like, hey, I need training and I want to pay $100. I want to pay $10,000 or whatever. I want one-on-one attention. It's a little more expensive. Like, it's okay to pay for training. It's okay to pay high ticket prices for training, but you never want to pay for the promise of a job. Like you can pay for like, I'm going to help you source a job. You can pay for, I'm going to give you interview training. You can pay for support. You can pay for tools. But anyone that's like pay money, then get job guaranteed, it's like no good company will onboard someone just based off of how much they paid for the job. So it's like, I just, it's not a good idea, because no one, even the people that are like charging for that, they can't actually fulfill that at scale anyway. Yeah, there's a lot of like, they try to find a way around it by being like, oh, you pay for our training, then you get a job. But it's like, they can't actually guarantee you a job, because like, what if you pay for their training but you still suck? Like, you know what I mean? So what company is going to onboard you if you suck? They can't guarantee you won't suck. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I can say, hey, pay for the training and I'm going to help you get a job, but I can't say you'll 100%, like, I've got a company ready to go to place you in, because you just, I don't know if you'll take the training and actually perform, you know? So I would stay away from anyone that's trying to promise that, you know, as just a rule of thumb. Sid, you had a question? No problem.
Yeah, hi. It's my first time getting into RepSelect. I just got to know about you guys online, and I really thought it's a hiring opportunity. So I sent my resume, applied for the job literally, and then I got to know that it's this call that's happening. So I was confused at first, but I kind of like the idea because I am working for one client right now. It's the AI education course, so I'm doing well. But the only thing that's happening is now is they're trying to get everybody into W-2, which I cannot. I don't have a legal um, acceptability to earn on a W-2 basis in the United States. So I'm kind of started looking to see if there are anybody else hiring, and that's how I got to know about RepSelect. How do you guys foresee? I mean, is it only through United States, or will your clients be paying anybody over the globe, or how does it work?
Yeah, all around the world. We try to post jobs from everywhere, but the most jobs are in US, UK, Australia.
Mhm.
And then it depends on the structure of the company, just kind of like how you're saying they're trying to go W-2.
Yeah,
Most remote
this
sales
company is
jobs.
also from United States
Yeah.
initially, and everything was working fine. But then now they're trying to change everything to W-2, which kind of did not work for me. But there are other sales reps too. They're just going on W-2 as a
Yeah.
full-time employees, and I'm only looking to work on commission based because I'm from India. I cannot legally work on any other W-2 or I-099 forms in United States. So that's the kind of backflip I took
Most
down
don't do
there.
W-2. I'll say that. Like, it's
Yeah,
rare. It's rare for a remote sales company to want to do W-2.
yeah, that's what I.
So the vast majority, they're just focused on two things. Do you have the skill set, and, you know, do you have a proper setup, good Wi-Fi connection, all that stuff, and are you willing to work the time zone? You know, that's the
Got it.
main focus. So you should be fine from that front as long as you meet those other criteria. But there are some that will probably say, just, it depends on the way they pay people, right? It depends
Yeah.
on the way they do their taxes and all these things. So I'm not saying like you'll never run into it again, but the vast majority are okay with people from anywhere as long as they know or have a high degree of confidence that they'll sell and be a profitable asset for the team.
Got it. And I still did not get into the program of RepSelect. I just heard that it's starting with $17 a month from the other people who joined the call. But how long do you think people will be placed? I mean, I just have like 1 year of experience in sales. I have 5 years of experience as a software engineer. And then I shifted to high ticket sales in 2025. So, with 1 year of experience as a closer, how many days or how many months do you think I will be placed in an offer?
Yeah, it all depends on how you show up to the interview process, how good your profile looks, and things like that. There's lots of people who are landing interviews in within a week or two. and getting hired, depending on, again, how well they actually show up to those interviews. If you jumped on and started applying today with a good profile, you should be getting interviews within a week or so. But again, part of that factor is how good of a job are you looking for
For me,
versus how
yeah,
like how good of a job are you looking for? How picky are you?
yeah,
And are there companies that are up to your standards currently hiring right now? You know what I mean? There's a lot of factors to it. So I've seen people say,
I
"Hey, I
get
got
it.
on yesterday, got an interview the next day, and I got hired."
Yeah.
So yeah, like the jobs are
Do you
there
have
daily.
any
You know?
every day? I heard when you said you post 5 to 8 jobs every day, the new
Yeah,
ones.
yeah,
Um, but do you have any minimum and maximum number of maybe the commission range or the salary range or anything like that, the
yeah.
income range of people who are earning?
Standard commissions is usually 10% for a closer, 3 to 5% for an appointment setter. That's like standard in the industry at the moment. There are
Mhm.
some outliers that do 20%, 30%, but that's the standard, is usually 10% if you're closing deals.
Mhm.
Um, Base pays for appointment setters are usually 1 to 2K a month. Usually fall in the range of 1.5, and then they have like a 3% commission. We don't post a lot of corporate like SDR account executive roles. We kind of focus more so on like the info product advertising agency side, but we do probably have about 20-30% of jobs are that corporate side, which for SDRs 30 to 70K salaries. For account executives for the bigger firms, you'll see like 100 to 150K for account executives as a base salary, but then you will also see 50 to 70 for some of the beginner, like newer organizations that are still like mainly earning their cash through what is it called, funding and stuff like that,
Funding.
through crowdfunding and stuff. They usually are still relying on the funding so that they have smaller salaries for account executives. But those aren't the norm. The norm is like the closer appointment setter roles that we post there.
Cool. I think
Yeah.
that's it. Just wanted to know, I mean, if I want to get into it, just wanted to know how long would it take to find a client, because I've been trying in ZipRecruiter, I've been trying with LinkedIn and stuff. I had a training program initially when I came to high ticket sales from She Sells. If you heard, I'm not sure if you heard of her.
Like She Sells Academy
Um,
or something like that.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's where I got the training and stuff. They used to have a job board initially, but then after that they started to post a pricing for that job board as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's too much. I just don't want to pay 2,500 just to see what jobs are available. So I thought I'd just not go for it. And I found this AI kind, and it's doing good right now. But I'm kind of doing my software job along with this high ticket sales, but I completely want to move to high ticket sales. That's my major goal. So we'll
Yeah,
see.
the
I'll try to
fastest rate, the fastest way to get placed on an offer quickly is to work with the recruiters we have listed in the pipeline. That's like the
Okay.
number one fastest way. We've got about 30 of them there.
Mhm.
If you have experience, you could show up well, good camera quality, mic quality, all that stuff. You can pitch yourself. That's by far the fastest way to just go from apply, interview, placement. That's like less than a week, because the recruiters, they want to move fast. They want to get the right talent on fast. So for anyone that's
Yeah.
like been in sales for a year, couple months, you know, they have good numbers behind their name. That's by far the fastest way to get on some of the best offers in the industry.
Okay.
Would be going through there.
All right. I'm in. I'll be getting in. It's just
Yeah, give it a
gonna
try.
probably take me a couple days, and I'll give it a try.
Lisa, you said what's the fastest way? I was saying the recruiters in the pipeline. So we've got like Closers.io, Win It Sales, Zach Brown, Sales Pipeline Pros. We've got Nomadic Closer is all on there well with Joel. There's a ton of people, ton of recruiters. I remember Joel was telling me the other day that he's recruiting for a company that's trying to bring on 100 people a week for their like supplement business, appointment setters. So it's like there's a couple hundred jobs every month that we post directly, but then the recruiters also at any given time, anywhere from 10 to 20, 30, depending on the size of the firm, each recruiter is recruiting for. And there's an overlap with them, because what these businesses do, and this is why the recruiters move fast. These businesses, they go to Closers.io, they go to Zach Brown, they go to Joel, and they say, whichever one can get me a setter or closer the fastest gets the business, right? And so there's overlap between them, and they're all kind of fighting for the top spot. So you said how often do recruiters send inbounds to profile? It just depends on who they've got and how often, like if they're using the platform. I know Joel uses the platform the most out of anyone, and he sends a ton of invites. But I would just reach out to them, because they have their own processes, their own pipelines and everything. So it'll send to their website, it'll send to their application links. Submit your application. Treat them the same thing I told you earlier, Kola, about reaching out directly and letting them know, hey, I applied to your role. Do the same thing with recruiters. Usually recruiters will have a list of all the jobs that they're applying for or that they are recruiting for. Find the ones you like. Don't just say, hey, I'm in your pipeline, place me somewhere, because like a million people do that every single month. I think Closers was telling me they've got 100,000 reps in their pipeline. Joel's telling me he's got 50,000 reps in his pipeline. Recruiters are always getting people just being like, hey, I'm a closer, place me somewhere. Reach out to them and say, hey, I saw you're recruiting for this offer or that offer. And then tell them why you're a good fit for that specific offer. And then they don't have to do that thinking for you, and they're more likely to respond because you're helping them. They want to place people as quickly as possible because they get paid a ton of money for it. So if you can give them convincing reasons, like, for example, Sid, if you said, hey, I saw you're doing an AI offer. I'm actually on an AI offer right now looking for another one. I think I'd be a great fit for it because I've got the experience. Here's my profile, or here's my intro video. You're going to get a response super quick, super quick.
Perfect. That actually makes sense. That's all. I don't have any more questions, and thank you.
No problem. For anyone that wants to know like how some of these recruiters think and what they're looking for, I actually did an interview with Zach Brown and asked him questions, and a lot of it lined up with kind of what I'm saying here. I asked him, like, what do recruiters look for? How can, reps reach out to recruiters? All that stuff. I just dropped the link in the chat. Definitely give that interview a watch if you haven't yet. We did it last year. So yeah, that's a good one. Mohammed, though, you had a question? What's up?
Hi, man. Hope you are doing well.
Doing good.
And man, my question is, I got to know about high ticket sales back in 8 months back. And luckily I got role in Budget Dog because I was doing CA, similar to CFA, Chartered Accountant. So I got a temporary role in Budget Dog for managing a high ticket sales role. That price range of offer is like $7,000 to $10,000. And I have experience of $50,000 cash collected. But that was a temporary role. So now I was unemployed. Like now I was applying for a new role. I couldn't get into the new role for like 3 to 2 months. And one of the frustrating point was like, when I got an interview, one guy told me like, there was a guy who is rejecting person from India who are from India. They hired one person to reject from India anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to know, I have to start from scratch, or I have to go with the experience I have already. I need your proper guidance for this.
When you say start from scratch, what do you mean?
Like I have experience of 4 months work in Budget Dog, but I don't have any other experience other than Budget Dog because I am specialized in finance niche. When I was applying for a role, if I apply for 100, I only get a response for 10 to 20 maximum. Yeah, and only normal. Getting interview for
and it depends, right? I mean, the best thing you could do with little experience is to combine the experience you have in sales with the experience you have outside of sales. So you've spent X amount of time in finance. Go apply for sales roles that are selling a financial product or service. Because now instead of 4 months of experience, you have tons of experience, right? Because you understand finance. And you can bring that extra. And just like how I said, when you reach out, you're giving them reasons why you're a good fit. Part of your reasons is, hey, I worked in, I have this sales experience. I've generated over $50,000. Oh yeah. And I was a financial analyst, or I did XYZ. So I also speak the lingo. I also understand finance. And now you're coming with more than what the typical rep coming to them has on their plate. So utilize that experience instead of saying, I'm going to go apply for like a closer role for a fitness company, and you're trying to use your 4 months sales experience to apply for that. Go apply for a coaching business that helps people with budgeting, or some kind of financial offer. I remember I had someone from Dubai working at a company that helps high net worth individuals save money on their taxes. You know what I mean? So use your finance
Similar to
background.
Bachita,
Yeah, so use your finance background to get into, you know, a role. And then once you do get into that finance role, even if finance is not something you want to be in as a closer, do that, build your track record. And then once the track record hits, you know, a couple 100,000 cash collected,
I got
cash
role in
collected, you can
DM
do that.
appointment setter, DM setter, not a closer one.
Yeah. Well, I just say closer in general, like any role, you know, any role.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I mean,
Okay,
go for another
thanks.
DM setting role as well. And if you ever do want to be an appointment setter, you want to be a closer, you can have. It's easier to have that conversation with the offer you're already on as well. So yeah.
And yesterday I have created my RepSelect profile, and could you review that one now or later?
Yeah, absolutely. Post in the chat, and then I'll answer Amara's question while you post that, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Hello, please.
Hey.
I want to ask something because I saw commission only, commission plus base, and salary. Which one is the best to? Yes, in the profile.
You can select any. I mean, they're all. It depends on the offer and what you're looking for, right? It's not gonna, in terms of career preferences, you're saying which one to select.
Yes.
I mean, it depends what you're looking for. It's not gonna like hide jobs from you if you like based on what you select. You can go ahead and just select like commission only or something like that. It's not gonna. It's just so we understand your career preferences, so that the algorithm knows kind of which jobs to usher you towards, or like maybe auto apply for you or something like that. But you're not gonna have any jobs hidden from you or miss out on any opportunities because you selected one over the other. So I wouldn't stress too much about it.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
No problem. So we will look at this profile, and then we will wrap it up for today. Let me go ahead and share screen real quick. And then share audio as well. All right. And then I will drag this over here. Everyone can see that? Cool. So taking a look at your profile, first and foremost, I would want to get a nice headshot, nice up and close, so I can see your face. Obviously, we got to fill out the headline so that your profile is live. Once you fill everything out, your profile will be live so business owners can actually see it. Revenue generated is there, deal size, experience, top niche is finance. We'll look at the intro video last. I don't know if you were here earlier in the call, but the portfolio is really going to help you. If you have screenshots, even of you setting appointments in DMs, that would be huge if you're applying for DM setting role, right? In your profile summary, you can talk about your overall skills, those kinds of things, right? And then same thing with this specific employment history. Put your finance employment history here, right? Because if you're applying for finance roles, if you're applying for any roles, like the experience you have, even in finance, outside of finance, it's going to help. And I would keep this very achievement focused. So you said contributing 50,000 cash collected, maybe whatever numbers are attractive, put. So if you set like 2-3 appointments every day, put that there. If you sent a high volume of messages, put that there. Whatever other metrics, numbers, achievements, if your sets closed at above 20-30%, I would put that here. If your sets had a high show rate, they showed at 60, 70, 80%, 90%, I would say that here. So make this very achievement based, so they have a good understanding of your performance. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the intro video.
Hey, I'm Shafid Nihal. Here's a little bit about me and my experience. I have spent the last 3 months managing pipeline and lead qualification for an offer that sells a financial education program. I was helping to set, qualify, and book leads that were making more than $10,000 a month, that were mismanaging their money. So there was a lot of time where I had to be tactfully direct with them and reframe their mindset even before booking them in. During my time with them, I was directly responsible for contributing to $50,000 cash collected. I'm also proficient in tools like Go High Level, Slack, ManyChat, and I'm ready to start driving qualified set appointment for your business immediately. If you think I'm a good fit, let's hop on a call and discuss. Thank you.
So the main thing that's missing in this video is what I spoke about also with the employment history is all we know is that you generated 50K, but we don't, like, it's vague, right? I want to hear, like, business owners, they love metrics, numbers, facts. So I would come in here and be like, I generated over $50,000 for our offer that was about XYZ. I was setting XYZ amount of appointments that were showing at 70% and closing at XYZ rate. That's what I would add to there, and that would kind of brighten up this video a lot and make it a lot more attractive for business owners. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. So any final question before we jump off? I know, Cole, you said, how does auto apply work? We just are launching it. So right now we're having it auto apply based on your preferred niche and role. It will automatically, only for jobs that don't have like forms. The jobs that just want your profile submitted, obviously it's not going to auto submit the form for you because you got to type that out. But the jobs that are just asking to see your profile, when the jobs go out, it's already active, but it's not active for old jobs, or else thousands of applicants would just get like shoved all over the place. It's for the jobs that are going to get approved moving forward. So when a business owner, how is it enabled? You know how you have your work status at the top of your profile when you enter your details. If it's set to available to work and your account's obviously actively subscribed, then it'll be automatically applied. I might add a button that you can turn it off as well, but for now it's just based on whether, if you set your work status to unavailable, then you won't. If it's to available or accepting job offers, then the auto apply will be there. And the way it'll go is, right now when business owners submit, when they post a job on RepSelect, it goes into our admin portal, and then my team looks at it and then they approve it. Once it's approved to go live, then anyone who fits the criteria will be automatically submitted as applicants for that role. Cool. Well, we will end it there for this one, guys. We do this every Monday, same time, 4 p.m. Eastern time. Hopefully this was helpful. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Later. Awesome. For those of you on stream, I'll see you guys as well. If you want to be part of these kind of live calls, live support calls, this was the first one. So if there's any technical issues, bear with us. But if you want to be part of one of these calls, simply just join the school community. The link is probably in the description of this video. And then we can have you on, and we can answer some questions and hopefully help you in any way we can with remote sales. I will be ending the stream here as well.